All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving deep today.
Into the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is going to be awesome.
It is.
We are going to be talking about all the things that happen inside of you when first aid is needed.
Yeah.
So like when something bad
At
happens,
those crucial moments, yeah.
someone's got to step in and help out.
Exactly.
And so often we think about, what those people do on the outside.
Like the external actions, right?
Like, they put pressure on a wound or they, do CPR or whatever.
Yeah, you put on a bandage.
But we're going to look at what's happening on the inside
Uh-huh.
during those crucial moments.
Yeah.
And
It really gives you a whole new appreciation for what first responders are dealing with.
yeah, for sure. And just, a quick little reminder, though.
Yeah.
This is all about understanding the science behind it. You
Yeah.
know?
Right. This isn't a replacement for actual training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is not medical training.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want to get hands-on guidance.
Definitely look up your local resources.
Yeah, go take a class.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yes. All right. So
Let's jump in.
let's get microscopic.
Microscopic, we're going on a journey.
Yes. Into the human body.
All right, so
Okay.
imagine your body as like a bustling city
Okay.
with trillions of these tiny little citizens, and they're called cells. So these little citizens are just like everywhere.
Okay. So I'm picturing like,
Like a mini metropolis.
yeah, a cell city. Like, everyone's running around doing their thing.
Yeah, and just like any city, you have specialized workers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so you've got like construction workers building stuff.
No.
You've got teachers educating,
Mm-hmm.
and so on. And cells are the same way.
Oh, that's cool.
They're not all just like running around.
Okay.
They have their own little jobs.
Okay, so what are some examples of these jobs?
Oh, yeah. So, for example, red blood cells.
Okay.
They're like delivery trucks, constantly going through this like highway system,
Oh.
delivering oxygen to every corner of your body.
So they're very busy. And then you've got nerve cells.
Okay.
They're like the communication network of the city, transmitting signals everywhere, making sure everything's working together.
So there's like a whole bunch of communication
Oh, yeah.
going on.
It's nonstop.
That's so cool. So knowing about these like little cell citizens and all their roles,
Uh-huh.
how does that help someone understand first aid better?
So think about it like this. Let's say a first responder's dealing with someone with severe bleeding.
Okay.
Now, knowing that blood cells are the ones carrying oxygen everywhere,
Yeah.
that informs their actions because they know they have to stop the bleeding fast.
Right. To keep that oxygen flowing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
They need to maintain that delivery system.
Wow, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
So we've got these cells.
Yes.
And they're like the tiny little citizens of our body.
Yes.
But cells are just the beginning, right? Like what about tissues and organs? I remember those from school.
So in our city analogy, right, cells don't just like wander around on their own.
Right.
They group up.
They make friends.
They make friends, they form tissues, just like people in a city form communities.
Okay.
Like neighborhoods.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And each of these tissues has its own purpose.
Okay.
So, for example, you've got muscle tissue.
Okay.
Now that's designed for contraction and movement.
Right. So we can like move around.
Exactly. Walk, run, lift things.
Lift heavy things. Yeah.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
How does that relate to first aid though?
So if a first responder is dealing with like a muscle injury,
Right.
knowing how that muscle tissue works
Yeah.
can help them support and stabilize the injured area.
Oh, okay.
So they know what to do to help the body heal.
That's so cool.
Isn't that fascinating?
That is fascinating. What about other kinds of tissues?
Oh, yeah. So you've also got connective tissue, and that acts like the city's infrastructure.
What do you mean?
So it's like the roads and bridges and buildings. It provides support and structure for the whole body.
Wow.
So like when you apply a splint to a fractured bone,
Okay.
you're basically mimicking the role of that connective tissue.
Oh, wow.
You're helping to stabilize the area and let it heal.
That makes so much sense.
Right.
And it's like, wow, like there's so much complexity.
So much going on underneath.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about cells.
Uh-huh.
We've talked about tissues.
Right.
Now what about organs?
Ah, the organs.
Those are like the big guys, right?
The big players, yeah.
Yeah.
So in our city analogy,
Yeah.
organs are like the major institutions.
Okay.
So they're formed when different types of tissues team up
Okay.
to perform a really specific function.
Gotcha.
So like your heart,
Okay.
that's an organ.
Right.
It's made up of mainly muscle and connective tissue.
Yeah.
And it's working constantly.
To keep us alive.
Exactly, to pump that blood throughout your body.
So CPR is like...
CPR is crucial, right? And it's helping that vital organ keep going.
Yeah, when it needs a little help.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
And knowing that organs don't work in isolation,
Uh-huh.
but as part of these systems,
Yeah.
helps responders assess like the overall condition of someone.
Not just like one little thing.
Right, not just one isolated injury.
Wow. This has been so eye-opening.
It's pretty fascinating.
Like, you've really made me appreciate all the amazing things happening inside of us.
It's incredible.
It really is. And, it makes it so clear why even just basic first aid knowledge is so important.
Absolutely.
Like, you really just never know.
You never know when you might need it.
Exactly. So the more we understand,
Yeah.
the better.
The better prepared we are.
Well said. Now that we've explored this microscopic world, what are your thoughts? Did this, spark your curiosity about the human body?
Yeah. Are you more interested in first aid now?
Let us know down in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like
And share.
share this knowledge with your friends.
Spread the word.
Yes. And subscribe
Subscribe.
for more deep dives into
Fascinating topics.
all sorts of cool stuff.
Yes, indeed.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
See you next time.